Underground piping is a very important thing, like if it clashes with foundation, then your plant is gone. It's done in modular basis and it's erected in horizontal position and erected vertically.
Thank you very much for Glassland Tower, Mr. Rajkumar, having a nice presentation. Thank you. Piping design for thermal power plant. There's a paper for Shadan College of Engineering, Azimuddin, so it will be presented.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Syed Azimuddin. I am from Shadan College, pursuing mechanical engineering. My topic is piping design in thermal power plants. First, before going to the topic, I would like to tell you about how the basic thermal power plants work all over the world. Eighty % of the world's energy is produced by the thermal power plants. The few components of the thermal power plants are boiler, nozzle, turbine, condenser, chimney, hot well, feed water pump, and boiler mountings and accessories.
A10 grade B. A is 106 grade B. Nowadays, all the oil and gas, petrochemical, refineries, and even the power plant industries are ASTM, American Society for Testing Material. Use the same notation in India as well as abroad for these industries. No, it is a high carbon temperature steel. Normally he has given ASTM. Sometimes they will be A106 grade B. A stand for ASTM. 106 stand for material specification number. You have A33 grade 6, low temperature steel. A312, corrosion. So it is grade A, B, C. There is a property of material. That's design engineer should know about the material specification, material property. So if you go on senior level, you should be more perfect on the material. Material is very important, but you have to be not process engineer, process design engineer. The mechanical design engineer is a detailed design engineer. He should know the material property. He is the person to decide the material and sizing diagram for that. This is the document for material specification. The details giving details about the material is given there. Now we will go for some example. Basically, ferrous material and non-ferrous material. Basically, first ferrous material. All the plants is more than 70% ferrous material. Oil and gas, petrochemical refinery, ferrous material, carbon steel, alloy steel, stainless steel. Is a ferrous material. The non-ferrous, aluminum, copper, nickel, titanium, zirconium is very less. It's 20%. There is even a small diameter. For the non-ferrous, every plant even the power plant, oil and gas industry, refineries, all ferrous material. In the ferrous material classification of steel or material, first carbon steel, content of the carbon. Content of carbon is low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel. So it is if you put some alloy elements, aluminum, copper, is gone. Aluminum is gone, battery is gone. Medium carbon steel, high carbon steel. This is a basic. It's called plain carbon material. Next, I will give the brief. Alloy steel are generally considered to be still one or more alloying element other than carbon. Other than carbon means low temperature, low carbon, medium carbon, high carbon. Other than carbon steel have been added, then give them special property. Just like if you are going for power plant, high temperature steel unit, you have to add sulfur. You get high temperature steel, low temperature steel. You're putting the alloying element to make a desired property of the material. So that's very important role for alloy steel, other than carbon, different than straight carbon steel. From the standpoint of view, composition of steel to be considered alloy steel, amount of magnesia, silica, aqua, copper, exit maximum limit of the carbon steel. Alloy steel and stainless steel. Stainless steel are normally in the standard things two types, martensitic and ferritic. Other than first, if 9% of chromium, that is a stainless steel, called accented stainless steel. Then up to 12% is martensitic stainless steel. Then more than 14% ferritic stainless steel. It is very costly. At very special purpose, there is a problem. So material specification is a very has a habit for that. So material specification is very important for the design engineer as well as QQC engineer. And now in India, there's a material section is different. Now if you go abroad, you have to do this your own. You have to prefer for that one. So it is brief. Material specification, international standard, American Society of Mechanical Engineers, then you have ASTME, American Society for Testing and Material, and one more American Petroleum Institute. They have generated series of material specifications.